here, right? Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting... All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome in, Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, probably the best Sunday that I have had since we moved here, since February 14th, 2018 is when Nicole and I moved to Lincoln. And this is the very first day that I've lived in Lincoln with the Huskers Bowl eligible.
Yeah, same. I graduated high school in 2018. That's why I got down to Lincoln.
I don't even know
Yikes.
I don't even know how to feel.
Insane. Took till 2024.
And not just the football team, but like started Friday night. I mean, I don't know like what I'm more shocked about. Like the basketball win, the football win, another sweep of the volleyball team. Like it's just the whole
actually
thing
at
is
least
just
a bit
amazing.
surprised about volleyball just because that program's been so dominant.
Yeah, I think
And when they swept them in Wisconsin earlier in the year, I was like, okay, this Husker volleyball team, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw it again, especially at home. Football is definitely more surprising. I mean, we lost 10 years in a row. Husker basketball, we did beat the brakes off of Creighton. It's really just been whoever's home is going to take the L. Past 3 years in a row. 2 years ago was Creighton. Last year was us. And this year was Creighton again. Football by far was the biggest shock, just because of that offense. To say we're going to score over 40 points, Jeff, I would have spit water in your face yesterday.
Well, it was. I'll tell you what. I haven't had a chance to really listen to a lot of post game stuff, but the most what got me the most impressed was because when Wisconsin cut it to 12, you're getting antsy, right? 8 minutes to go. I was getting antsy. I'm like, okay, how many games, not just Nebraska, but how many games do we watch, college, pro, where the teams, they're starting to come back, and then the offense gets the ball and they just run, punt, right? That's typically what happens. And I was like, man, we got to be aggressive. And we came out, pass for 9 yards, pass for 9 yards, pass for 10 yards. First 3 plays of that series was just boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I know you guys were probably upset. Nicole was not in here to start the show. I don't know what she was doing. She's getting me a water.
Dehydrated.
Yeah, keeping me. Yeah, we're dehydrated. It's been a great weekend. We had our 10-week party on Friday night while we were watching the Nebraska Creighton game. Announced our fall winner, Amanda Payne, which Amanda and her husband Nathan was also a top 5 finalist. They're going to be with us in studio here at 9:30 to talk all things Ferrell's and their 10-week challenge journey and transformation. So it's going to be a pretty cool day for us. We always love it when our winners are able to join us on set on air. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so Nicole, in case you missed it, I know you're going to be surprised by this, but we're talking sports.
No, I was going to say you're wasting precious sports talking time.
We are.
I'm not ready yet, so you better hurry up.
Well, I can guarantee you our guests are going to talk sports. They're Husker fans. They're wearing Husker stuff today.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. So it's just the sun's, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it just feels
glowing
different.
Today.
It's glowing. The sun's out. It's just the only thing that'll make this weekend like the perfect weekend is the Bears win over the Vikings.
Oh, that'll be on.
And it can't be any better.
I don't care about fantasy football at all anymore. Like, that's down the window. Like, this is it. I don't know. Like, Husker football is the one I've always craved the most.
Yeah.
So this
me
is
too.
very big for me to see this program finally go bowling. Like, I love watching the Bears. I love watching the Bulls. But Husker football, man, that's brutal. To have that just not go bowling for that long. But to finally break it, we'll see if we can actually win one now.
Well,
and then you got Iowa, and you win that one, you'd be.
That's coming up next for us, right? We're going to be there. You know what the temperature is at kick? 18 degrees.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold. And Iowa did win their game. So they're 7-4. We're 6-5.
Maryland. They
But
also beat Wisconsin, like, what was it, 40-10.
This is like the first time we're actually playing Iowa with a winning record since 2016. And even in that game, Tommy Armstrong was severely hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He could not run at all. So when you have your mobile quarterback that can't run, I mean, that was pretty easy pickings for them that day.
Yeah, he had a cannon, but just not accurate. Like, he could throw it down the field, and like, because I do like Tommy Armstrong. I think he's probably one of our most underrated quarterbacks.
He's great, but
like,
he couldn't run in that game, and it was just.
And that really hurt him because, like, the accuracy was always a tough one for him. And if they can just, like, be really light in that box, not have to worry about him.
Yeah, they just kept him right in the pocket, and they beat us pretty handily in that game. And then 3 games we played them, we had 5 wins, trying to get bowl eligible, right? 2015, 2019, 2021. We had 5 wins, a win to go to a bowl. They beat us every time.
Yeah, and then their kicker goes makes commercials, local Iowa commercials.
I know, and I've been to 3 of those games in Lincoln. They're just so bad.
I cannot believe how much Iowa, like, okay. I cannot believe like how much Iowa gets a kick out of just beating Nebraska.
Well, you know why? Is because we gave them, when Bo Pelini got fired, the AD said I had to look and see where Iowa's program is, and look and see where Nebraska's program is. And I had to ask myself, do we want to be like Iowa? Well, thanks a lot, Sean Eichhorst.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're probably listening to this show right now, wherever I don't even know where he's at, but that's the comment he made. And ever since then, we've only beat him one time.
Oh.
And the sad thing is like our last 6 losses against them, we could have beat them.
Yeah.
We've just
It's
folded.
been the same thing as Wisconsin.
Yep, could have
But we
lost.
flipped
Could have
that
beat
one
them.
this year. And Iowa, maybe the next one. Hopefully, we flip script on them.
Have you ever been to a game there?
No. Kinnick Stadium.
I have not either.
It's why? I mean, it's
why would I go there?
Yeah, I'm not. It's not one I circle. No, I want to go to try to go to all the Big Ten venues though. I have been to barely any of them, but it'd be cool to see them.
Well, I've been to Minnesota and I've been to Illinois.
I feel like Minnesota has. When did you go? Like
last
recently?
year.
Okay, yeah. I feel like Minnesota actually has a good venue.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It seems really clean.
Season opener, and we lost.
Well, what's new?
My track record on the road isn't the greatest. So we've lost at Illinois when I was there.
We've
lost
also
at
had
Minnesota.
brutal
Oklahoma.
season
Lost at
openers.
Oklahoma.
Were you at
Twice.
Illinois? You were at Illinois?
2021, we were there.
Oh, okay.
That was just, yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
We saw Oklahoma
Game of the century.
or win twice.
Yep, we've seen Oklahoma twice.
Mhm.
Lose. Yeah. So but I did go. I went to some games against Iowa State in the 90s, which Nebraska won. So that was fun. But it's been a while. But we'll be there, Harrison. You'll be there. It's going to be cold. As soon as I find out where my tickets are, I'm going to post on Facebook. I'm going to say, here you go, guys. This is where I'm sitting. I'm not hard to find because there's a lot of my friends, Ben's friends, are all going to be at this game.
You think Iowa's a little bit Iowa fans? I don't want to say Iowa. I don't want to give the Iowa players and coaches Ferentz bulletin material. You think Iowa fans are nervous?
I think they should. I mean, I think they should be just from the standpoint it's Iowa and Nebraska. It's kind of a high charged game.
I don't think they're nervous because they're used to mediocrity.
That's true too.
There, how's that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And they've got their 7 wins and their season's complete.
Yeah, I think they're not too nervous because it's not as big of a deal for them as it is for us. That's what Ben says.
because they've won 8 of 9
Right.
years. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Ben says that Nebraska doesn't live rent-free in his friends' minds.
Yep.
The way that Iowa does.
He says, Dad, nobody's going to text me when we lose because they don't care.
Yeah, I guess they're kind of checked out. They're in a weird purgatory where they counter their season's already pretty much decided. Which bowl game you're gonna go to. That's basically all.
And the thing with them is they had I was just with some Iowa fans last week. We had our Farrell's conference, fourth quarter conference, and a bunch of Iowa fans. It was like the Iowa owners
in Des Moines.
And they're giving me a hard time, and I'm just like, the way I look at it, there's only one team here that's underachieving, and it's not Nebraska. So pipe down. You guys had your playoff expectations. They had the most experienced defense as far as number of starts in the history of college football. That's what came back. And they're 7-4.
And their offense has actually been pretty decent this year, surprisingly. It's not a passing game, but I mean, hey, they're getting 30+ points pretty consistently.
I wish this game wasn't going to be so cold because I feel like it favors a team that runs the ball better, and that's certainly Iowa.
Yeah, it is.
That has me nervous, but we'll see. I mean, as long as there's no snow and it's just a cold night.
It's really just the wind, the only thing. If it's super windy, then then there's a real advantage, I think, for Iowa. As long as it's not windy, though, I know the cold's always a problem, but as long as your team's used to the cold, I don't think it messes too much.
Yeah,
I think that the game means something. Like we're talking about Iowa fans versus Nebraska fans, but I do think from a team perspective, the player standpoint, I do think the Nebraska game means something to the Iowa players because there's been multiple Iowa players talking about how which players weren't playing.
So Ben, we didn't get to see the game because we were here, but Ben texted me and he said Caleb Johnson says, I'm not opting out. Are you crazy? He wants Nebraska.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
cool.
So,
yeah. So I think it does mean something.
They want it, and I guarantee you, all week they're playing that clip.
Okay, good.
Do we want to be where Nebraska is? I mean, it's just ridiculous that we would say that. It's just so, and it's more personal for me. I know a lot of Nebraska fans out there, who cares about Iowa? But I lived there for 38 years. I had to deal with all this, and it's just sickening to me.
Yeah, well, that's Husker football had a lot of rightfully earned arrogance for a while, and
we did.
Things got lost along the way, and then all of a sudden that arrogance starts to look stupid.
I know.
I tell people, like, when we live there, I'm just like, oh, you guys, like, I've heard this so many times. Like, if I had $1 for every time I heard welcome to the Big Ten, I'd be retired right now.
Yeah.
So I heard that for 6 years living in Iowa.
For me, it's you're going to have to adjust to us comment.
See, that was another
for years. Like, shut up. Don't say that stuff.
Right.
I shouldn't say shut up, but,
right.
really should have in that moment because that thing haunted Frost's entire tenure.
There's another foot and mouth comment.
Yeah.
Like, just,
you don't have to take shots. Totally unnecessary.
I mean, the good thing we do have going for us is Iowa's quarterback is their 5th string. It's just not all that great.
Yeah, so I was talking to Jay Foreman. Did who was the starting QB for Maryland? It wasn't McNamara?
No,
how they figured that out?
For Maryland, it was the Iowa QB.
Yeah, for
it
Iowa,
was Jackson Stratton.
Okay, it was Jackson Stratton.
Yes. So there was this stuff going on with McNamara about people saying he left the program, then he came out and he put out this message and saying, "No, I'm going to be ready for Nebraska." And like, okay, so who knows?
A lot of speculation.
Yeah,
people that don't really have good sources.
Yeah, so who knows? Even with we played McNamara when he's at Michigan. He threw a couple picks. He lucked out, right?
He's not the most intimidating quarterback to go up against. You can contain him. You feel good about that much. Like, he's not going to burn you with his legs.
I heard. So I didn't even know that the Wisconsin-Nebraska game was a trophy game.
I didn't either.
So it's the Freedom Trophy.
Have you seen?
Did you know this?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you know that before yesterday?
I always forget, but I'm reminded that it does exist.
Do you know why you forgot?
Wisconsin. Because we've never had.
We've never had it in our possession.
I was gonna say
that's why
they're grabbing this trophy. I'm like, what is this?
The funniest picture is I don't know where they took it. I don't know if it's like right on the field or they brought it to the Bob Devaney, but it was Dylan Rail. I'll just post up next to it, and it's just so sad. You look at the plaque, you zoom in. And it's just Wisconsin winning 10 years
Everyone.
in a row. And I'm like, this trophy looks so ridiculous.
And then you think that how old Raiola was when that trophy, like, what was he, 8?
8 years
Probably
old.
was 8 or 9.
Yep.
Which
That's
is
just
even
sad
more funny. And
that the trophy got made just to never travel.
And
the traveling trophy is making its first travel.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you're with there's this controversy of fans storming the field, and I was just talking to Pete about this before the show, but I'm just like, let the kids have fun. They've never experienced this. They've been in college for 4 or 5 years. And it was really funny because the PA announcer was like, please do not go on the field. Like that, saying that over and over. I was like,
and then,
just shut up
once
already.
it had already that had way been blown wide open, the announcer's like, please leave the field in a safe and timely manner. I'm like, no, he's trying to be timely.
No,
right
we're not timely. Safe, yes, but not timely. But you just look at the landscape of college football, and I mean, just look at yesterday. Alabama loses to Oklahoma, 5-5 team. Colorado has, everything in front of them. They just beat Kansas, who's 4-6. They beat Oklahoma State, who's 1-7 in the Big 12, and they're going to the Big 12 championship game. They lay an egg, right? Ole Miss loses to 5-5 Florida, lays an egg. All these teams that control their own destiny. BYU, they were 9-0 2 weeks ago, entered the driver's seat. Now they don't. The two teams in the Big 12 that control their destiny is Arizona State and Iowa State. Yeah. Those teams win, and they're playing for the Big 12 championship. So, and you look at even Wisconsin, they play Penn State really close. Go to Iowa, get their doors blown off, 42-10. Come back and play the number 1 team in the country. Lose by 3. Probably should have won. If they just could have mustered up a first down in the fourth quarter, they could have won that game. Mm-hmm. And then they come here and get blown out. Like, it's just so hard to get kids dialed in every single game. It's tough.
It's also it's not even all of the kids. I mean, it's the coaches too.
Yeah.
The game plan, momentum, like football is just a brutal sport to do consistently.
And you're seeing, like, we've been used to this in the NFL for years. Your team loses, and okay, it's fine. Mm-hmm. But now when our teams lose, we're just used to them losing. But I'm talking about like teams like, Kansas City loses to Buffalo. Whatever. It's all about January for the Chiefs, right? or like the Ravens lost to the Steelers. They're going to be in the playoffs. That's ultimately what matters in the NFL. College is getting that way. Like in years past, Georgia loses 2 games and they're done.
Mhm.
Their season's over. They're not going to make the top 4, and that's the end of it. But now it's like, yeah, you drop a game, it's not that big of a deal. Which to me, it's kind of sad for me as a fan because I just haven't watched a lot of other college football games outside of Nebraska, and then obviously watching Iowa, hoping they lose. Outside of that, I just haven't been able to get excited because it's like,
There's
there's
one
so
team
many,
to watch.
right? There's so many things that can happen. Now, this upcoming weekend, yes, this will be excited because now in week 12,
Yeah, it's deciding it all.
we're finally at like deciding games. Like now, teams when they win will set up the conference championship games, get to the playoffs, and then now that'll be exciting. I'll watch all those games. But up until this week, and I don't know if anybody out there kind of feels like me, but it's just even last night, I'm like there was all these good games on at night, and I'm just like, I'm just going to bed.
We were tired. It
I'll
was
just
a long
see
day.
what happens when I wake up. Like it's just that hasn't been that as exciting for me up until now.
Yeah, yesterday was a weird day for games too.
And part of it might have to do with Nebraska loses. You're just kind of
Yeah, I mean
That's you for
you're
sure.
just like whatever.
Last week, you don't want to watch Alabama and Mercer?
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I wonder if that's why
Kinda
Bama
weird.
lost to Oklahoma so bad.
That is kind of a weird late
They schedule such
matchup.
weak teams. A lot of SEC teams do it. I hate it. You schedule such weak teams late.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yep. And now Bama's has 3 losses for the first time since 2010.
Yeah, they only scored 3 points for the first time since I don't know when, but
That's-
it seems like
Interesting.
forever ago. They only get 3.
It's very it's hard to win games. It's hard to be consistent. That's just how it is. I mean, there's one team left that's undefeated now.
Yeah, A&M dropped the ball yesterday too. They lost to Auburn, I think.
And here's the thing here. So here's the thing with A&M. They play Texas. That's rivalries renewed, which is going to be. See, I'm very excited about that game because there's something on the line. Winner goes to the SEC championship game. Losers out. So that's exciting. And if A&M has.
But don't we need to have some of those off losses for those matchups to happen? Though,
What
too,
do you mean?
sometimes? Like, because you're like disappointed that there's not as many like dynasty teams right now, but don't you need to have some of those like those shake up losses to really get those matchups
get
that
the
are important
win
at
in
the
your
end
end
of the
type thing?
season? Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
So you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you.
it's fine. It's fine. But that game is in Texas A&M, and they already have 3 losses. So now it's funny. I've seen some tweets this morning, Harrison, about how the SEC is immediately petitioning to get the playoff field expanded to 16 with all their teams losing.
They probably will get expanded again.
Because it's like, you have Bama with 3 losses now,
Yeah.
Ole Miss with 3 losses. I mean, what if Georgia goes and they lose in the SEC championship game? Now they have 3 losses.
So they find a way to kick Indiana out and put a 2-loss SEC team in instead.
Will be a 3-loss SEC team. The 2-loss teams will get in. I mean, Georgia will get in.
That's true.
Texas. See, so
There's
they're
no way you can put a 3-loss team ahead of an Indiana team whose only loss was versus
so hard.
the number 4 Ohio State.
Yeah, I
But they
think
didn't
like
have the strength of schedule.
if there was
but they
a
don't also not playing Mercer and freaking
That's true.
week
right,
11.
Yeah,
if there
that's
was
true.
nuts.
if there was a
They were the Mercer, but
I
yeah.
think a 2-loss SEC team might get a nod over a 1-loss Indiana,
I think so
but a
too.
–
3-loss.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's
Because
too obvious.
and it's not like all those teams' losses are just like now. The only team that has like really like 2 good losses would be like, Georgia lost to Bama, and then they lost to Tennessee, I think. I mean, those are legit losses, right? And then if they lose again, they'll lose to Texas probably. So I mean, some pretty tough losses.
Yeah, but you
in there.
Yeah, you almost lost to Kentucky though. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. But that's just even Georgia this year. It's tough to get up every week. They go to Texas, just blow them out. And then they're going to play a rematch possibly if Texas beats them. Then it's like, oh. See, the thing with the NFL is there is predetermined set of rules, tiebreakers of teams that make the
If
playoffs.
that, then this.
There's
clear.
no rules,
Yeah.
right? It's like Texas could beat Texas A&M and then beat Georgia. So then Georgia and Texas play twice. They each beat each other. Texas goes, Georgia stays home. Like there's just no set parameters of anything, which is just kind of stupid. Except if you win the conference, then you're in and you get a bye. Like SMU could get a bye.
Yeah, I don't like that
Let's
either.
just Boise State could get a bye. They haven't beaten a team with a ranked team all year. They're going to get a bye. That's just nuts.
Even last game, they didn't win.
I thought they were going to lose last night.
Yeah, they won, but they weren't overly impressive
against the 2-9 team.
Exactly.
But that's another point of like
they might get a bye.
It's hard to stay up week in and week out, even for the Boise States, who has everything in front of them, and they struggled. They just barely hung on. I know it's pretty interesting.
We do got this one from John. This would be awesome. I don't know. I don't even know what might be. Rockquest Bowl. My prediction: the first ever bowl matchup between Oklahoma and Nebraska is happening.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, that would be
makes
fun.
My stomach hurt.
That would be really fun.
Just the battle of 2 6-6 teams. Here we go.
And the Relic Quest Bowl,
Oh,
Duke's
boy.
Mayo Bowl. I don't even know which ones were available to us.
Well, from what I've heard, if we get to 7, this is why 7 wins would be a lot. The bowl pecking order in the Big Ten, like they just don't have to go first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If you're within a game, so like let's say Illinois loses and they finish 8-4, Nebraska's 7-5, they could pick Nebraska over Illinois.
No, for the market share.
Yes, and how many bowl executives right
They're
now
gonna pick Nebraska.
are like, please God, let us have the opportunity to take Nebraska, because the first time in 8 years, you got to think there's going to be a lot of fans going.
Oh, I mean, there's people already talking about it just yesterday. I mean, listening to the post game on the way home, there were people talking about it, like
Just
texting
viewership,
in.
too.
Yeah.
Like we kill on viewership, let alone even going to the game in person.
Yeah.
Like, if you're one of those sponsors, like you're gonna
Yeah.
want Nebraska. 'Cause they're gonna watch.
Stan and Bennett texted in. Yes, we have played Oklahoma in a bowl game already. It was like 1978 or something.
Well,
like that.
yeah, it's just the renewed rivalry.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be playing a Pee-wee team. Doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
people are just
People are
desperate.
going to
They're
go no
show
matter
up.
what they are.
Well, I don't
We
want
should
to.
probably
I don't
go to
want to.
break.
I don't want to be playing like Central Michigan.
No.
Like, come on. I want to play a team I know what's a little bit about, because that builds momentum. So that would be great. But all right, well, we're going to go to break. Our guests are here. They're going to be joining us in studio, Nathan and Amanda, our big winner from our 10-week challenge. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. My grandpa Don always made sure that our diamonds are the most exceptional you could find in the world. That's why we're introducing our exclusive Heartland Diamond Collection. If you're ready to add some sparkle to your life that you can see from across the room, the Heartland Diamond is for you. Stop in to Sartor Heyman to see for yourself. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in Fitness Fanatics. We are joined in studio by two of our members, Amanda and Nathan Payne. They just finished up.
Except, do you guys go by Mandy and Nate? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mandy and Nate. See,
You're going to want to talk really close into the microphone.
Yeah, I want to get into the mic.
Yep. So, Mandy and Nate.
Okay. Mandy and Nate.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'll get that right now. I got it. Okay. So, Mandy and Nate, they just finished up the summer 10-week or the fall 10-week challenge. I'm all over the place. I'm just so static.
Please don't let us have to go through this football season again just to get to today. Let's not go back to
just
summer.
It's just so I don't even know how to function. Like you guys, we've lived here for 6 years. It's the first time we've ever been here when Nebraska's bowl eligible. It's just It's just breathtaking. But all right.
It's everything you dreamed it would be.
It is. It feels so good. Feels so good. All right. So Mandy and
See?
Nate
Off track already. I told you.
just finished up the fall 10-week challenge. We had our 10-week party on Friday night, and Mandy was our 10-week challenge winner. So it's a stipulation that our winners have to come in to the radio show to talk.
Get to.
Yes, you get to. Yes,
absolutely.
yes, because you guys have a great story. You've had great transformations, and there's people out there listening that will probably resonate with your story. So that's why we like to have guests on with us. So, but where we want to start, we'll start with you first, Mandy. So we want to know, Nicole and I want to know about you guys, where you grew up, where you went to high school, and if you were active in sports growing
Because
up.
it's a sports radio station. We always
I was born and raised in Lincoln. I have been a Husker fan all of my life. I went to Southeast High School. We both did.
Okay.
And I was a gymnast from about when I could walk
Okay.
until 16, 17.
Very cool. We were just talking yesterday about how we want to go to a UNL meet.
We've been to a couple of them. I enjoy them.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Well, because they had
Never have.
the men, they honored the men's Big Ten champion men's gymnastic team on the field, and they were like, "You can go for free," and they had these 3 dates on there. And I was like, "Oh, well, yeah, maybe."
But
we
then you
should."
were like, but the women's gymnastics, not the men's.
I prefer the women's too.
Well, I
That's
just
more
like some of the men's things are like just kind of weird, like the
Yeah.
pommel horse, and I just don't understand some of that stuff.
Yeah.
It all looks the same to me.
Yeah,
as
that's
you're
true.
watching, and they're like, "This was an incredible routine." I'm like, looks the same as the guy who just did it, who scored like a 5.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
scored a 10, but
Yeah.
that's just But it's funny when the
That's so cool.
Olympics were like, we're watching like any competition, like diving or whatever, and they flip and twist, and we're just like mesmerized. That's incredible. And then the announcer's like, "Oh, they made a critical mistake."
I know,
Like, what? It looked incredible to me.
We know. Put me up there. You'll see it. Critical mistakes.
Yeah, critical belly flop trying to jump in there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, what was your favorite
Like
exercise
event.
or apparatus?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I enjoyed the bars and the vault were my two favorite.
Or you just have to fling your body through the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated the beam because it hurt really bad when you fell.
Mm-hmm. It didn't hurt if you fell off the bars.
And not as bad as the beam.
Really interesting.
You split the beam and you feel like you're a boy.
Oh, well, sure, that makes sense. I'm
Good
thinking
10
like
minutes.
just falling on the ground, not
No.
falling. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, I just don't know how people do that. The flying through the air part.
Twisting. That is
It's a good
just
time.
Yeah, it looks
it's a
like
good,
it is.
good time.
Yeah, if you do it right.
Yeah. I know.
I just don't understand how we've had Nebraska a diver on a couple years ago. I can't remember what her name was. Remember
Reagan.
Reagan.
Mhm.
And just talking to her about diving, I was like, "Oh, you gotta."
I feel like vault and diving is probably very similar, right? Like
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I did diving also, not as competitive as I did.
Mhm.
You did?
Yeah, because
That's
I mean,
neat.
I could flip. I knew how to
Sure.
flip. So
Yeah.
you just
Right. That
run
makes
and
sense.
jump and do some flips and hope that you don't hit the water wrong because
Mhm.
that hurts too.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's
So,
awesome.
did you just do gymnastics at Southeast, or was there like a
I
gym here
actually
that you went and
didn't
trained
do
at?
it for well, I did do it for Southeast, but not to my. It wasn't my ability. I didn't do it to my ability at Southeast because my coach at the gym that I went to was like, "That's how you get hurt. They don't have the same equipment,
Right.
And so
Sense.
it's
Yeah. Is there even a program at the high school anymore for gymnastics? Like, I don't
know
even
for sure.
know. Yeah. If I don't know how many schools have gymnastics programs, high schools, because there's so many of the whatever clubs.
So
or
in
whatever.
Iowa, we had Chow's gym,
Yeah, I never
Okay.
grew up having.
which is where like Sean Johnson trained
Mhm.
and Gabby Douglas trained.
Mhm.
right.
Like, so those were like, so is there a gym like that here in Lincoln where you have like all the gymnastics.
Shannon
kids
Miller
and-
trained at Nebraska School of Gymnastics, I believe.
Interesting.
Okay, now I know Shannon Miller. Yeah,
mhm.
not personally, but I know who she is.
But that's not where I went.
Yeah.
I
That's
was
the
at
claim to
Capital
fame.
City. They're shut down now.
Okay.
The owner he retired
Mhm.
and just sold everything.
So any
cool.
one shining moments that you would tell your grandkids, like in 2000, I did the vault and the games
Championship,
in
whatever, yeah.
in wherever.
I would say probably I got to train in Texas with Bella Caroli.
Oh,
I know
okay.
that's kind of not as
So-
great of a thing anymore right now. But I mean, it shows that you had a lot of mental, physical toughness. If you had-
Right. Yeah, he was really mean.
No,
Yeah.
that is pretty cool though.
It is cool. It is cool.
It was
But-
an experience, I'd say.
Yes, that is very
Were there
cool.
so when you were down there, were there any other like some of the Olympian gymnasts that
So
were there?
yes, when I was there, it was right before. God, I can't remember what year it was. It escapes me, but like Dominique Moceanu and Carrie Strug and all those
Oh,
Olympic
sure.
gymnasts
Kim Zemeskel?
were no.
Oh,
not-
this was after Kim Zemeskel.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at
We're
me with
getting
my-
ready to go compete at the Olympics.
Okay.
And so we got to meet all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Dominique Moceanu would come into our bunk and we would hang out with her. in the
Oh,
evening.
that's cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
And she's really, really short.
She is really
I was
short, yes.
short, but she is
She's
tiny.
just like
Yeah.
probably she's
She's like
really
4'6".
small.
Wow, that's crazy.
So there
That's
was
so cool.
we watched there was a documentary, right, about the Carolis and all that.
Mhm.
Did you ever go back and watch and see if you could see yourself in one of the clips?
Any of the B
No,
rolls?
no.
Okay. Like
There
behind the
was a
scenes,
lot
like
of
there
us.
I am, just
Yeah.
jumping out, doing anything. No.
No, because there was never any cameras around.
Oh, okay.
So
True.
I
Yeah.
I guess that I knew of. But the guy that's arrested, he
Mhm.
was the doctor there.
Oh no! Yikes!
I never went and saw
Yeah.
him though.
Thank
Oh, well,
goodness. Yeah.
That's good.
I
Yeah,
know.
that Larry Nasser.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole
Uh,
thing was.
Yep.
I guess
Interesting.
so a cool thing for us since we're on women's gymnastics is Shawn Johnson
Mhm.
used to go to Farrell's in Iowa.
She
Oh,
did.
really?
Yep.
Yes, so we worked out. We worked out
We
in
worked
one
out with her
one
once.
class,
Mhm.
and I didn't realize it was her until
Classic
we were
Jeff.
in the car on the
Literally
way home.
classic
Oh no.
Jeff.
Because if had I,
Okay, right.
if I would, I would have been
That's
just
probably why I waited till we were in the car to tell him because
Yeah.
he's embarrassing. Like he used to get starstruck if we saw like a TV news anchor in the grocery store. Like there's been times where I'm like, don't go say anything. And he'll be like, I want to tell him they can come work out at Farrell's. I'm like, stop it. So I try to keep it low key when there's anybody
Oh my god, that would
remotely
totally be
famous.
me and Nate, but I would be the one like, oh, we gotta go talk.
No,
We gotta go tell him something.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's so funny that you didn't even know that.
nope,
I
didn't
mean,
know
I
till we were
remember
gone.
that, but
But we did work out with Shawn Johnson
we did.
Awesome.
in a
Yep.
kickboxing class.
She did recorded a little promo for Farrell's too.
She did, yeah. She
Mhm.
used to be, and I've reached out to her to try to get her on the show. It's never heard back.
Of course you have.
Like,
See, this is why I keep him away from famous people.
well, you know,
gotta
You
shoot
would
your
think
shot.
she'd want to come on the show.
I know she's just too famous. for
maybe
us.
if we were in Iowa,
I don't-
she'd want to.
I don't think
but
she actually saw the message. It probably just didn't get to her. Otherwise, she would have definitely reached
For
out.
she's probably
sure.
like, yeah,
She
I'm sure
would've.
she would have.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. See, that was awesome.
Yeah, that
That's
was
awesome.
I
All
know.
right, Nate, it's your
Never
turn.
know where it's gonna go. You
So
only
you-
have like 90 seconds.
You
so
went, well, you
I'm
went
just
to
kidding. It's
Southeast.
fine.
We already know that. Yada
Yeah.
yada yada.
Well, that's it.
Sports.
That's all
Yeah.
I played every sport, but I didn't play for Southeast or anything organized. So
Okay.
I don't have an Al Bundy moment.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even like an intramural, like you're playing in a church basketball league and you made
That's
a game-winning
Jeff's.
shot.
Those are Jeff's.
Stuff like that.
I played youth softball with Jabba Chamberlain. He was
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He looked up to me. Really. It was weird. But
Cool.
yeah, he was just a little
I mean, I don't
chunky
know who
kid
that
as
is, but
Jabba
yeah.
pitched for the Yankees, pitched for
Okay.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's, I don't know, local celebrity, I
Yeah.
suppose.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Very
Um,
cool.
I think that's about it. You know, I of course went to Southeast. She had a crush on me all throughout high school, and I didn't know it. We didn't know each other.
No.
We were 2 years apart. I was a senior. She was a sophomore.
That's funny.
So you didn't even look at the sophomores?
no.
No, and I was
didn't
tiny.
care.
I was a little tiny gymnast. I was about 4'10". I think I weighed 67 pounds.
He was like, "Why is that third grader?"
Yeah,
in
it was
the
a third grader
hallway?"
going to the hallway. She's in the wrong school.
Oh, Jeff and I never would have gotten together if we went to the same high school. So luckily we did not, because he would have been off of my radar completely.
Yeah, I was the gym, like
The
gym
MVP of
the
gym
MVP
class.
of gym class.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
me.
that was me too.
Took it way too seriously.
Kickball, steal the pins.
Oh my gosh.
Capture the flag. Oh, I was all over it. I was all over it.
And the rest of my day I spent sweating, basically, because
reliving those badminton moments.
Yeah. So Nicole always thought those gym class guys were just morons. So that would have been me and her.
I
So
just didn't have anything in common with those people. I'll say.
no.
Oh,
You were
that's
the
so funny.
one in gym that would just kind of get up there and just
I'd be hiding in
You
the
were the
back.
one that would just get you'd be an automatic out. Right? Remember those people?
Except for kickball. I did like kickball. Kickball was fun. But yeah, capture the flag or steal the pin or any of that stuff. No, I'm in the back.
You'd be the one we'd be targeting. Let's go right after Nikki.
Probably.
Let's get her. We're
Probably.
going to good. Two of us.
I don't know
we'll
if
get
I
her
was
out.
even
2
that.
seconds.
I don't know. Yeah. But that was no, we wouldn't have crossed paths, we'll say.
Well, that's it. So how'd you guys meet then after? Since you didn't know each other in school, like how did that all come about? If you don't mind me asking.
Go for it.
Facebook dating.
Isn't that crazy? Wow.
You did
Yeah.
okay, wait. You did what?
Facebook dating?
Like
There's
Oh.
like a dating
app or whatever. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
And I
then you're like-
decided that he was okay to meet because we went to high school together.
Yeah, like you would have known if it was like a huge red flag. Like you would
Although
have
he
recognized
did
that
look up my our yearbook photos. And I'm surprised that he still met me.
So funny.
Because like I said.
Yeah, I don't want to try to be judged by any pictures that might be of me in a yearbook.
Mhm.
No, I am not that. I don't know
wasn't
that
good.
person. Yeah, no. Awesome.
Well, that's cool.
That is cool. That's very cool.
Well, when we started dating, there was no Facebook.
No.
There's no cell phones. If we try to tell our kids, they're just FaceTime each other or Snapchat.
Yeah, we didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, I know.
I
We
tell my
talked
kids
on
I'm
a
older than
landline phone in the living room for hours.
You call up and the dad answers. Is Nikki home? And then it'd be like, no, she's not. And then I have no idea where she's at. Like, so it's like now you can just look on, see where they're at.
Yeah,
on
you
their
can't
phone.
get on your Life
Yeah,
360.
yeah. Oh, she's here. But it was just like, so I tell our kids, like, yeah, I have no idea where she's at, when she's gonna be home, if she's gonna call me. So then you don't want to do the call back. Oh,
Yep.
she's still not home. So we had to deal with that stuff. Harrison, you never had to deal with that. You always had the texting available to you.
We had a landline for a while. It was a while before we got the cell phone, but
Yeah.
we didn't have it wasn't the rotary at least.
We
had one
didn't
of
have
those.
a rotary.
I had a rotary.
Well,
phone.
not
that
big.
one. I mean, when we were younger, we did.
Maybe at the grandparents.
But definitely at the grandparents.
Had the
yes.
rotary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to break.
As Bill Bush would say, better times back then. All right, well, we're going to go to break. Stay right with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Hirsch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at christmaslightsinlincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
One great idea can change your life.
ABC Fridays. Shark Tank is all new.
That's the American dream right there.
With guest shark Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's.
I want to be on a team with you.
Emmy-winning Shark Tank, Fridays 8, 7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. We have a quick segment here. So NFL Sunday, we like to know who your guys' favorite NFL team is and how you became a fan of that team. So Nate, we'll start with you.
I am a Denver Broncos fan.
Okay.
Have been probably, the better part of 25, 30 years. Maybe I'm old. So probably almost 40 years. But
okay.
A friend of mine was a neighbor. He moved from Colorado and he was a Colorado fan. So I immediately just didn't like the team that he liked. He was a Broncos fan. He was
right.
a Colorado fan and a Nebraska hater. And just over the years, him and I became good friends, and I just kind of decided that I was not going to be a Kansas City fan because they were too close to Nebraska, and they kind of look like Nebraska with the red and white and yellow. And that just made me mad. And I have family in Denver, So
like you felt like the Chiefs were copying the
a little
Huskers?
bit, a little bit, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I just
it's football logic.
Yeah.
There is none, but
when you're
makes
8,
perfect sense.
you got to pick.
Right.
So you got to come up with something.
Yeah.
And then I had family in Denver, so that's just where we went. We went to Colorado often for family vacations, and I had to pick a team, so I picked the closest one beside Kansas City.
Mhm.
So,
That's usually how it happens, especially when you live in, like, we are from Iowa, but Nebraska, Iowa, you don't have a sports team. You kind of have
Right.
to pick the closest one that
right.
you like their colors or whatever. Yeah, that resonates.
Yeah.
I know. That's
So
so
you
true.
excited about the way things are going for Denver? Your Bo Nix and all that.
It's been a long time of searching for John Elway. So
We had Peyton Manning.
We did have Peyton. That was good.
Yep.
So far, so good. He seems okay. I mean, I don't follow it like I do Husker athletics.
Yeah.
And they change so much, so I just kind of am a fan from afar.
Right.
But yeah, it's a lot better than I had anticipated for the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Besides that Chiefs game.
Besides the Chiefs game, yeah.
Yep. And we know some Broncos fans. There's Bronco fans that go to the gym. My brother was a huge Broncos fan, so always we kind of follow we know what's going on with all the NFL teams, fantasy football and stuff like that. But
After last week when the Bears lost to the Packers, you texted Sean and was like,
I needed some advice.
give me some advice.
Sean's a Broncos fan.
Yes.
So his team just lost to the Chiefs on a blocked field goal.
Right. Like, Nate is very
Yes.
well aware.
So the Bears lost to the Packers on a blocked field goal. So I texted him. I'm like, I need help.
How did you get
I
over
can't.
this?
How do I get over this? This is just. I'm distraught. I just don't know what's happening. Why do I even watch sports? That was my thought last weekend. This is stupid.
And he said lots of alcohol.
Well, yep. That's what he said. Lots of alcohol.
What about you, Mandy? Are you a NFL football fan?
I am a Broncos fan.
Were you already, or is
Nope.
it just by? Yeah. That's why I'm a Husker fan, because I didn't really watch college football before Jeff and I got together when I was 16. So I kind of had no choice. But I am a Packers fan, so we are not the same NFL fan.
I was a Bears fan for a little bit because my 17-year-old is a Bears fan, and then I liked the Seahawks because they had some. I like their colors.
Yeah.
And then along came Nate and the Broncos.
Yeah.
And we've gone to a Broncos game. It was a good time. So.
That's cool. That's cool. I kind of baited and switched Nicole into being a Husker fan because the first year we were dating was 97.
Yep.
They didn't lose the game. The whole first year. They win the championship.
Although on our
she's
first,
hooked
I
for
should have
life.
known, because on our first date, Nebraska and I had lost to Texas in the Big 12 championship game. So that was a little bit of foreshadowing. I should have known.
December 7th, 1996. Yes.
The first thing Jeff said was, my team lost today. And I was like, okay.
Who cares? So I baited and switched her. Won the very first year. Haven't won since.
Yep.
Oh,
there was some good years after that too for a while, though, even though we
some good
didn't
years.
get back there. But
all right.
gone down
Well,
from there.
we're going to go to break. When we come back, top of the hour, we're going to get into Nate and Mandy's Farrell's journey and transformation. So stay with us here. Top of hour 2 coming at you. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
One great idea can change your life.
ABC Fridays. Shark Tank is all new.
That's the American dream right there.
With guest shark Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's.
I want to be on a team with you.
Emmy-winning Shark Tank, Fridays 8, 7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics here. We are top of hour 2, joined here by Mandy and Nate Payne, who just wrapped up their fall 10-week challenge.
Did you have our sponsorship ready?
Well, that's what I was pulling up.
Oh, okay.
Forgot.
Sorry. Fitness Fanatics is sponsored by Modern Woodman
I got
of
it
America.
right here. Yes.
Keep going.
Hour number 2. Sponsored by Modern Woodman. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodman offers financial services and member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, please call Sean Erickson at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation today. Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures. So big shout out to them. I had a couple texts from Sean yesterday and a video
Video.
after the game. He was there. Just
Did he storm the field?
no, it wasn't from the field.
Oh, okay.
One of our Farrell's members did storm the field.
He did.
I'm like, of course he did.
We are not quite sure. Maybe he had his kid with him, and that we would say that would be okay.
And then one of
We'll
our
have to find out.
listeners, Matthew Taylor, who's been on our show,
Yeah.
he went on the field. He has if I would have had a 7-8-year-old, yeah, let's go, son. Let's go for him, right? Not for me, for him. So they went on the field, and Emmett Johnson gave his little boy his gloves.
No way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that was a career day for Emmett Johnson.
Isn't that
too.
so cool? I know. What a game for that to happen. I mean,
Yes.
like immediately too. He said they got on the field and he like walked right up to him and gave him his gloves.
Oh,
Well, that's awesome.
So cool.
I like Emmett Johnson and Matthew Taylor. So it's cool.
I know.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I wonder if Matt's gonna put those on here. His son was wearing them.
His son was wearing them in the picture.
When his son goes to school, he'll put them on.
Oh,
for
yeah.
2 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'd have them on all day.
Oh, these old things.
Let's go gardening with the football gloves on.
All right. If you missed
So
if
cool.
you missed any part of the show, you can check us out on any podcast platforms on theticketfm.com. We are under Ticket Weekends. Also, if you have any questions during the next hour, you can text us on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We'd love to hear from you. So we're going to get started here. All right. So why did you guys decide to join? Whose idea was it? And how did that whole thing get started?
I would say it was my idea, but basically he listens to this radio station all the time.
Okay, here we go.
I was listening to early break.
All the time.
Just not the
But-
Fitness Fanatics.
That's okay. It's fine.
No,
Just
I
kidding.
keep hearing this ad about Farrell's gym and it's half price, and I'm like, we should do that. And then he's like, well, yeah, I've signed up like 5 different times. I just get to the point where it's time to pay, and then I log back out of it.
Which does not make you special. That is also a very normal thing that people do. I know,
And,
yeah.
and then I don't think about it till next time I try.
Yep.
And I was like, well, let's do it. We can do 2 for the price of 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's not going to hurt anything.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we start going and then don't go after week 1.
Yes.
Then
Right.
Yep.
it hurts our pocket.
Yep. I wish more people had that motivation, because I think sometimes, especially with like Farrell's, you pay for it up front for that 10-week challenge. And then I think as it gets harder, people lose that connection with the monetary
Right.
value. I'm a cheap person too. So like that would be like, no, I'm going to get my money's worth. If you quit in the program, it becomes more expensive the
Right.
sooner you quit in the program.
Right.
Right. I know. So
Right.
I'm
Well-
going to want to get my money's worth, but not everybody has that like thought process, but it is
Yeah.
a good motivator.
I'm also like, if I'm going to be in a challenge, I'm going to try to
You're
win.
competitive.
I
Mhm.
want to win.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So
Very cool.
I'm really upset that I'm not in the challenge that's going on right now.
Why?
Like, I don't know why we
Oh.
didn't sign up, but I'm sad that we
Oh,
didn't sign up.
The weight loss one.
Yes.
Okay. So that one. So right now we're at Farrell's, we're doing like a fit challenge for our maintenance members, and it's just it's kind of a maintenance challenge. So if it makes you feel better, there's not like a winner take all on that one.
Yeah,
So
no winner
we
take all.
do fit challenges where your competitiveness, like this will just
Right.
is you competing against you. If the people who lose 3% of their body weight over the 10 weeks will get their money back. Basically, there's a sliding scale of like getting a return on that time and investment. But we do fit challenges where, don't worry, you can be super competitive, and
I'm ready.
yeah,
There'll be one in
Yeah.
one in January.
Yep, we'll have one in January that you could do, and it'll
I'm
be
ready.
more like this one is just like, yay, everybody, we did it. And then we have other ones where it's like
Right.
cutthroat, in it to win it.
Yeah. The last couple challenges we've done have been really, really fun. And so now we've kind of set the bar
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I know.
really high.
So we're coming up with a new one for January. Don't worry. So you can let your competitiveness.
We're working on our
Hello.
team name.
Mhm.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we're not
We
sure
got
if
a
it's
good
going to
last
be,
name.
we're not sure if it's going to be partners, if groups of 3. We haven't decided yet.
No.
So that's kind of Nicole's little brainchild for
Yep.
the winter that
We'll
she has to
figure it
come up.
out.
We have some time though.
To be determined.
All right. So take us back to, were you guys at orientation?
I was. He was at work.
Okay. So take us back to orientation. You get there and all these people are there. I mean, we had a big group, about 70 people that did the challenge.
Well, first, but let's go even before that.
Okay, yes.
I think this is the part that sometimes freaks people out, because you basically sign up for this program and then Jeff sends an email and he's like, okay, sign up because now you have to come in and get your weight done and a picture in shorts and a sports bra, or, compression shorts for guys. So what was that like?
Well, I was like, and he's like, don't worry, my wife takes the pictures. I'm like, okay,
right.
I think I can do that.
Yeah,
I think.
that's better. Yeah, I know. I do. I take all of the pictures.
But yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, very vulnerable moment.
Yes. And even like I shared my before and after pictures on my own Facebook, and I was like, I went back and forth. Like, do I share this? Like, do people really want to see that?
Yes,
Because
they do. Yeah, they want to see it's the after, the
I know, but
transformation.
do I want to share the before?
You have to.
Well,
it doesn't
without
mean
it
anything.
before, there's no after.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't
Right?
mean anything.
And I
I
saw
know.
there were people that was commenting on your post, like,
Oh yeah.
maybe I should come do this. So
Yeah.
it's like,
I think I have about 4 people that are like, yeah, we're coming with you next week.
Yeah.
So
It is fun to be an inspiration for
my
people. It's
neighbor
worth
is
it.
for sure. I think she's joining. However, she's going to be gone for, I think she said 9 days in January. She's like, I got to figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, they have virtual. You
Yep.
gotta do it virtually.
No excuses.
we try to eliminate every possible excuse.
Yep.
So I think, and we're trying to talk her husband into going too. Apparently, when I said, you should bring Matt, she told him, and he was like, is she calling me fat?
Yeah.
No.
It's always a fine line. Like,
Right. It is.
Because advertising on the ticket, I've found out over the last 3.5 years, like, a lot of guys will fill out the info, right? And I don't remember if you filled out info and I reached out to you, or you guys just signed. I don't remember all those integral details, but usually when the guys will be like, well, I heard, I'm looking into this for my wife. I'm like, all right, you better tread lightly here, guy.
Is this a
Tread
conversation you've already had? You're
Yes.
not just going to bring this up on a random
Just
Wednesday
sign her up.
and wreck her whole
Yep.
week.
So yeah, it's kind of a fine line when you're talking to your spouse about doing
Right.
something.
But
together.
doing it together, I found that us doing it together was really helpful because it's
This
somebody
session,
don't hold you accountable.
because Jeff talked about this in the first segment before you guys were on, but Nate, you were also in the top 5. And in this session, we actually had 2 couples in the top 5 transformations.
Oh,
So,
Eric,
yeah.
Eric and Mariah.
Yeah, which is really cool. And they
Wow.
came to class together too every day. I mean, you guys didn't come together every week because Nate has a crazy schedule, but yeah, so that was really cool to see. Like 4 of the 5 were couples that did it together. So that does
Wow.
help. Yeah.
And
That was
the
very
big
cool.
reason it helps, I think, is, well, I like to say, gives you something else to talk about
It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I know.
besides real life stuff,
Right.
bills and mortgages and
Work,
work and
kids
stress
stuff.
and kids and just all that stuff. So now it's like, oh, and we could talk about nutrition
Yeah.
and how the workout was, and
Complain about being sore.
yep.
Yeah. There was a lot of that.
Uh-huh.
And you can do the good cop, bad cop, right? So there might have been mornings where maybe Mandy, you're like, I don't know if I want to go this morning, and Nate's like, no, we're going,
Or the
I-
other
or
way
the other way
around.
around.
It was more like, come on, we're gonna be late.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, you can go. I will meet you there. And I guarantee I'll be on time too. But you can leave without me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
so
we've
funny.
had a couple of rough mornings like that.
Jeff, that's why Jeff and I
That would
I
be
mean,
if we went together.
yeah, because we go to different gyms. Obviously, like we are at each of the locations separately, and he leaves. It doesn't matter which location you leave, like 10, 15 minutes before I
do. I'm always
Right,
there.
Yeah. I know.
About 10 minutes, like usually when I'm heading out the door, Nicole's heading into the bathroom.
Usually when you get to the gym is probably when I'm leaving to drive to the other one.
Mhm.
So it's just we're on different time schedules. But
Yes.
anyway, so
Yeah.
back to you survived the picture.
We
It was
did.
fine.
It was
right?
fine.
I know. Yeah.
Actually, you made it way more comfortable than I expected it
Oh,
to
good.
be.
Yeah.
So,
I try to because, like, honestly, for me, I've done it so many times that it's not a moment where like I'm judging the way people look at all. It's literally like, okay, I have 10 people in the next, 2 hours that I have to get all this stuff done for. And so it's very like, I say the same exact thing to every single person, like, so that for me, it's kind of an automated process, but I kind of do that on purpose because I do want it to feel more like less like a judgment. I want it to feel a little more clinical, almost like, okay, we'll do this and this and this and this, and that's it. You're done. So
you're done.
yeah. So that's kind of how I honed that process. Yeah.
Initially, I kind of imagined like getting in there and taking my shirt off and having someone go, "Oh,
yeah." No. Listen, I have stretch marks too. So if you ever come in to do your picture with me and you're like self-conscious about it, like I'll show you I have stretch marks too. I had 2 kids, like, and they couldn't, my daughter, I got stretch marks like under my belly button, and my son couldn't just reuse those. He had to
make his
own up above. So like, whatever, this is real life. We all have the same parts. I've never one time seen someone with like 4 belly buttons or something. That would be maybe one, but yeah, we're all, it's fine.
Well, Nicole, when she got her first picture done, it was taken by a guy.
That was a little traumatic.
Gosh.
Yeah.
See,
so
I probably would have been like, actually, can I have my money back?
No, yeah. And it was that orientation, so you really couldn't even do that either because it was like orientation day and you're literally like cattle getting pictures and all that stuff, but it was fine. It was fine. I survived, but lesson learned, and now I take all the pictures. But
so orientation,
anyway,
we had Aaron Davis talk.
Mm-hmm.
We had Mark Onweiler talk, who's a $10,000 winner.
Right.
Kirsten talked, and she had lost like 120 pounds. So she started top 10 finalists. Like, so kind of take us through all that. That's kind of your second introduction to the program, getting started. Were you fired up?
I was
excited?
fired up. I walked in though, and I was like, man, there's a lot of people here. How am I going to win?
That's so funny. So competitive. Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and sat and listened to what everybody said. I did my push-ups and that was rough.
Yep.
I did more than I thought I was going to do, though.
That's good. There's an adrenaline that kicks in a little bit, especially for people who are super competitive.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure that.
And we had the Husker fight song going.
Right.
It was just, it was great.
Well, and it was a game day too. So I think, wasn't it?
I watched it virtually, so
I don't know. I don't remember.
I want to say there was a game later on that day.
Yes, there was.
Okay. Yeah.
We played Northern Iowa.
Okay.
It was a night game, so we could do our orient. See, we based our schedule during football season around Nebraska. That's why we had our party Friday night, not Saturday.
Right. Yeah. No one would have been there.
Sometimes in the fall, like had Nebraska played at 11 against Northern Iowa, we would have had our orientation Friday night.
Yeah.
So we always based it around. Yeah. So we were 2-0 at the time, and everybody's fired up. So we were playing, just
Scarlet and the Cream.
doing push-ups. The Scarlet and the Cream was just epic. Yeah, it was so exciting. So exciting.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Good. And then day 1 came. How was that? This is all for
Nerve-wracking.
people who are nervous. It's about it. Yeah.
You walk in, you don't. Where do I go? He wasn't with me.
I
day
was
one.
wondering. Yeah, I was wondering. I couldn't
came
remember
by myself, so he wasn't with me. I went, and I'm like, so what do I do?
Yeah, where do I go? What do I do?
We were probably like, we already quit first
really
day.
long
No, we already
wraps
knew
that
Nate
I
had to
need.
wear. He came. I guarantee you were at like 4:30 that day.
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Yes.
I need to wrap my hands. I don't know what to do with these. Like,
Yeah.
what do I? Where do I put them?
Yeah. Yep.
And I believe her name is Deb, blonde hair.
Yeah.
She was like, let me help you.
She
She's
won
like,
the last session.
you can go on this bag and you wrap your hands like this. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be best friends. Thank you for helping me. I needed that.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
so that was my don't run out the door. You can do this. You got it.
Yep. It's overwhelming. I could do it.
Yeah.
It can be hard.
Well,
Our
the cool-
mind messes with us.
The
a
cool
lot with
thing
that
is
stuff.
and you don't really realize this when you walk in, but you walk into 6 a.m. and every single person in that gym has had their day one.
Right.
Yeah.
Every single person
knows that look.
knows
Right.
where do I go? everybody's been through that.
Right.
So that's why everybody's so nice. Like,
Uh-huh.
if you need help, and they want to help with your form, and you know,
Yeah,
they're
I'm
just so.
excited for day ones to come in.
Yes,
It is
because
so fun. It's so fun.
so
to
think
see.
about when your friends come, like
Right.
they're going to come tomorrow or whenever if they come this week, or if they don't and they start next week or whenever they start, you know, we're going to get that warm up going. They're going to be like, what's happening?
What do I do?
Yeah.
You're like, come on. And they're going to look to you guys,
Be like, wow.
and you're going to look like the professionals,
Mhm.
professional kickboxers.
It is fun. That is
So that's
fun.
just kind of the circle of Ferals is, and
Yeah.
that's why I think the program has been around for so long and has just been successful, is because people come in, they do the 10-week challenge, and they're excited, and then their friends notice their changes, and then and then that's just kind of how it goes.
Mhm.
And then the next thing you know, people are there for 15 years, like us, or owners.
Yeah. What about
So-
you, Nate? What was your kind of experience coming into that first day and everything?
Well, like I said, I did the orientation via.
Yeah. So
virtual,
we record the orientation. So if you can't make it, you get to watch. You can watch it later. Yeah. Yep. So good job.
Yeah, and
Are
then,
following directions right away.
Yep.
Watch the orientation. That's awesome.
Day one, obviously, I couldn't make 6 a.m. I was at
Mhm.
work, so I came in and did the 4:30 class, and again had help with the wraps,
Mhm.
and basically you just kind of look around and kind of follow along and do what everybody else is doing, and,
Mhm.
and you know, my kicks were not very high, they were
Yeah.
not very fast, they were not very coordinated, you know.
Yep.
But you get better, and you know, so the day one was eye-opening.
Mhm.
It hurt.
Yeah.
And then I had to turn around and do it 12 hours later because we were in the 6 a.m. class, so I
Yeah.
didn't get any rest really, and
Right.
it was time to go
You
again.
do have a pretty crazy work schedule. So
do.
you made it to, you were at 4 a.m. week 10. You
Yeah.
came to 4 a.m. a couple times, 6
Yeah.
a.m., 4:30. So that's kind of something. How did you manage that? How did you kind of navigate your work schedule? Was it something that you looked at like on a week to week basis, and like, okay, this is when I'm going to go? Or was
Yeah.
it more just like,
day to day?
Yeah.
Just day to day.
Mhm.
I'm on call for the railroad. I'm an engineer for the railroad here in town, and so I don't have a schedule.
Mhm.
So it just kind of depends on where I'm at, and fortunately I've got access to a vehicle while I'm out of town.
Oh,
So
mhm.
if, you know, let's say I get to Grand Island at noon and I miss the morning class, I just get in the car and I'll drive back. I'll do my 4 o'clock session, then I'll drive back to Grand Island.
Oh my gosh.
Then bring a train back to Lincoln, and then wake up and then go to 6 a.m. with her.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so just whatever time I had available, I would just kind of
Make it work.
Yeah.
Which I think is important, because you kind of made that commitment, because I think sometimes people just think that once you sign up for something like this, everything's going to fall into place
Nope,
and you're just
it
going to
doesn't.
be able to do it because you signed up for it. But it takes time, coordination with schedules, and you really do have to
And I'm
decide.
competitive too.
Mhm.
So she said she
Yeah.
wanted to win. So I said, well,
And then
let's
did
see
you
about
do,
that.
yeah. Did you do you did some of the virtual workouts also?
I didn't do
You
any
didn't?
virtual.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
of the 60 workouts, I made 58 of them.
Okay.
And,
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, all of them were in person. So
That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool.
sacrificed a lot of sleep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, the
That's
thing
all right.
is with sleep is important, and I don't think that people should like.
It's not that important.
I know. The thing is, like, when people, first of all, when people like their excuses, like, oh, I just couldn't get out of bed, like I slept in, and I was like, first of all, when are you ever not tired? Like, I'm tired right now. I got like 8 hours of
Always
sleep.
tired.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm never not tired, I don't think. And also, we get another opportunity to sleep later today, like
Right.
later
Right.
tonight. So it's not like it's something where you're just like, oh, I just really needed sleep. No, you really just didn't want to get out of bed and come to class.
Right. Well, and
Like,
is
yeah.
anybody ever like, yes, it's time to
I
get up?
know. Right. Nobody.
I've been waiting all night
It's
for it
just
to
a
be
ma-
time to
right.
get up.
I know. Finally. I
The
gotta
best
get
part
up.
of the entire day is laying down in bed.
Yeah.
Going to bed. I
Getting
know.
under the covers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like it's okay to occasionally, sacrifice a little bit of sleep, because then if you're continuing, this is something that I say to people where sometimes we're like really easy. We're hard on ourselves about the things that we cannot control, but we're really easy on ourselves about the things we can control. Like you can control getting out of bed when you don't want to. But then we will make excuses for that. But then like the things you can't control, like sometimes you might get sick during your 10 weeks or like something happens and you have to miss a class. Like you miss 2 workouts. Like you could beat yourself up about those 2 things that you couldn't control necessarily. But then we're really easy on ourselves about like sleeping in. So it is definitely
I don't know. Maybe if he would have
mindset.
made those 2 classes, it would have made the difference.
In my mind,
It
I'm
was
thinking,
probably the
yeah.
3-hour class.
In my mind,
That
I'm
was
thinking
rough.
he missed 2 classes and he still made it in
Yeah,
the top 5.
yeah.
Right.
Like you don't have to be perfect
No.
to be successful in this program. It's not even a requirement because we don't have that many people that have perfect attendance every session.
Yeah,
It's probably
it's tough.
10% of the people end up having perfect attendance just because life happens.
It's
So-
almost better if you don't, because like during the challenge, we want you to have some real life challenges, right? Because once the 10 weeks are over, now you're out of the competition mindset.
Right.
Now it's like, okay, so tomorrow you wake up, there's no 10-week challenge. Now you're doing this for you and your health.
Right. Yep.
And it's not, sometimes that's not as big as a motivator as $1,000.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the challenge itself. So now it's almost like, looking at the wall in the gym. Now, what are your reasons? Like to keep going? What are the reasons the strong reasons, weaken excuses?
Yep.
So we're going to go to break.
Very true.
We'll be right back. Keep this conversation going. Coming up next, guys, I want to talk nutrition with you. See highs and lows of nutrition over the 10 weeks. So we'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Kingdom Sports Minute with Ron Brown.
In the 1991 movie City Slickers, Jack Palance gives Billy Crystal some profoundly simple advice. When Crystal asks him the secret of life, Palance holds up a forefinger and answers with the one thing in life, which is the most important to you and will solve all your problems. Coaches and athletes often spend their entire careers searching for the one thing without finding it. Though Paul experienced every privilege Judaism offered, he never regretted his decision to follow Christ. In Philippians 3, he describes the one thing in his new life in Christ. Now he was striving to reach the goal of spiritual maturity. This single-minded goal of growing in Christ-likeness motivated Paul in his missionary work and helped him choose joy in all things. His passionate longing serves as an example for all Christians to pursue the one thing. Paul says, "But one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead, I press on toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus."
Visit kingdomsports.online.
Brown Shoe Fit has a Black Friday deal so good, it's available for 3 days. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit from November 29th through December 1st for 20% off everything store-wide. Brown's has all your favorite brands, plus Lincoln's largest selection of Uggs, which makes the perfect Christmas gift. And speaking of stocking stuffers, buy 3 Smart Wool socks, get 1 free during the extended Black Friday sale from November 29th through December 1st at Brown Shoe Fit, 6060 Q in Lincoln.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available, and we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new, all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from. Plus, qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talk to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Honda, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
We fix basements. We fix basements. We fix basements.
We fix basements. We fix basements.
At F Foundation Repair, we've been fixing basements for over 30 years. We're your local foundation repair experts. Our warranties stay here. Our people work here. You can trust us to take care of your home. Go to wefixbasements.com to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We are joined by our Fall 10-Week Challenge winner, Mandy Payne, and her husband, Nate, who was also in the top 5, which is awesome. So I want to talk nutrition with you guys because that's always everybody's struggle.
Look into a crystal ball, and if we were to ask you what was the hardest part, the crystal ball says that nutrition was the hardest part.
Yeah, eating all that produce.
Mhm.
I wasn't
It
used
was
to
really
it.
funny when you put that in your Facebook post. You said that about all that produce, which you would be. We didn't talk about it because you didn't really. Jeff didn't eat. So we've been on a journey with Jeff the last 3 weeks where he's been trying to eat more fruits and vegetables because the amount of lack of variety in fruits and vegetables that he has had has been shocking. Which we'll have an update next week because we didn't. It was week 10 last week. So I'm the one that does everything. So I didn't have as much time to commit to like making sure you were eating your fruits and vegetables. You still were.
Oh, yeah. I said my spinach, some pineapple, apples,
And for the
pomegranate.
record, after I specifically asked you not to on the air to waste a cup of pomegranates in your shake,
I
you
did.
did it again. I bought those pomegranates for myself to eat them, and you already just blended up a cup of them and drank it and ruined it. So
It was
don't do
good,
that.
too.
They're expensive. I want to eat them and enjoy the flavor. You don't care.
Have you
just
eaten any
drink it.
this week?
No, but I was going to this morning, but then I had something else instead. I know.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, good job with the produce. But yeah, so how were you eating before? Like, how did kind of your nutrition
Typical
change?
day.
Yeah.
Or week for you
And
guys.
it's going to be normal for almost everybody. I can guarantee it.
So a typical day, I would go in the morning on my way to work. I'd stop at the gas station and maybe get a donut or whatever looked good that day.
Gas stations are my kryptonite.
Oh,
You could
it's-
just get
they're
anything
awful.
you want. Anything you could possibly crave, you could get at a
Casey's
gas
for me in particular. If it's a
Freaking
Casey's,
Casey's.
I'm in trouble.
Me
I know
too.
the other ones I'm fine.
Me too. Although they do have a really good selection of protein bars now.
Yeah,
at
but we're not
Casey's.
going there for
Sometimes
protein
I
bars.
do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No,
but if I
that was
have
not-
to, I will get a protein bar at Casey's. They do have a really good selection, so shout out to that. But okay, so go ahead.
And
Mhm.
then I would just kind of snack through lunch, go home and make dinner. And usually dinner had a block of cream cheese in it. At least.
We've also talked about this. Why do we put cream cheese in everything?
Everything.
I know. I get so irritated when I see those crockpot recipes. I'm like, okay. And then a block of cream cheese. Why?
Why?
Yeah. So you could probably eat a lot of those same things just to omit the cream cheese.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
Really
we've
tasty.
changed it up. I do.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of salmon. now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy salmon. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of produce. A lot of produce.
What did a typical day look like for you then, Nate?
Oh,
Yours
there's
is probably even more. Yeah.
gas station.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I lived on the road. So,
Yeah.
or I live on the road, but yeah, it was sunflower seeds and gummy bears and chips and
I used to
I knew you were going to tell this
before I
story.
started
All the
barrels, I was on the road in sales,
Yeah.
drive all over the state of Iowa and Missouri, and I'd stop at a gas station and I would get a liter of Mountain Dew, not the 20 ounce liter.
Mm-hmm.
I get a bag of typically usually like Fritos or a bag of chips,
Mhm.
and then I would get Reese's Pieces, but not the little
the
one,
pouch.
not even the king size. It needed to be the hanging bag. That's what I would eat.
Oh, my gut hurts.
That's
I know.
it was just all carbs.
Yeah.
And sugar. Yeah.
All carbs. And if it's not that, it's going to Hardee's or you know, oh, there's this fast food place in this little town. I'm going to stop
And you
here
would
and get a
stop
burger.
there, you'd eat it, and then you'd take a little nap in your car.
And I take and that was
Shocker.
but then then when I started, now I started to pack a lunch.
Yeah.
And it's just changing the habits.
Mhm.
Huge part.
Yeah, and when going into a gas station, it wasn't a Mountain Dew and a Fritos and Reese's Pieces. It's just kind of stopped.
Yeah. Beef jerky.
Yep, beef jerky, stuff like
water.
that. Yep, drinking
Mhm.
water.
I went into the gas station I used to go into every single day the other day to get a protein shake.
Mhm.
And the lady was like, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, I know. You probably won't.
Yeah.
Either. Like, this is a one-time thing. Because those things, it was $4.99 for one
I know.
drink.
Yeah. The core
No, they're
powers.
$3.
Yes.
$3 at the gym.
Or $3.50.
That's
Three.
what
Oh, okay.
Angela was
Yeah.
telling me.
Yeah.
I was like, well, geez.
I know. They're so expensive.
They are.
That is one of the reasons that keeps me out of gas stations because everything's expensive. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, again, too cheap for a lot of that stuff. But it's true. I mean, gas stations are
Convenient.
That's what I was going to say.
That's
That's why it's
all
called a
it is.
convenience store. It's not a health store
Mhm.
by any means.
And we've talked about this before, like with DoorDash and like our daughter she just has McDonald's breakfast DoorDash to her.
That's my 17-year-old. It makes me so mad.
We live like 3 minutes away, too.
Right.
Like she could just drive there and get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah.
I got the Ring camera notification because she's my partner in this fit challenge, and she came to the party Friday night too, and she had a couple shots, and so she was supposed to go to 8:30, and I'm working out at 7:15, and I keep getting these Ring camera notifications, and I think it's her leaving to go to the gym, and then I look, and then no, it's her food being dropped off, and it's her opening the door to get her food. And I come home, and she did not go to the gym. She allegedly did the virtual workout, but
Yeah, that's
It
but that's
just
the
that one won
society
out
we're
on
in
her.
is the
know.
convenience and quick. You know,
Yeah.
we just don't want to sit down and make meals at home.
Yep.
But how are you ever going to save any money if you're doing DoorDash every single
Well- So
day,
true.
multiple times a day?
That's the
I
thing.
have a feeling when she gets her own apartment,
Oh yeah, that will be
the
cut down a
DoorDash
lot.
will be
Yeah, when
out.
she has to pay her own bills,
yes.
she
or
will.
she'll do the DoorDash. My kid would do the DoorDash and forget about rent and be like,
Forget
Mom,
about-
Yeah,
I'm moving back in.
we don't live in that
Yeah.
household. She doesn't live in that type of household. She will not be calling us. She'd be more likely to come home to steal our food, so she
Yeah.
wouldn't have to pay for it than that. But it's so true. It's a really bad. Those are bad habits to get into. But that's the thing that kind of can sometimes irritate me about both of the gyms being near fast food restaurants, because like nothing is worse than leaving the gym in the afternoon and the line, like
Going
the
by
drive-through
Runza.
lines being like packed. And I'm like, 99% of those people probably will say they don't have the time or the money to
pack
work out.
room.
Yeah,
Mhm.
to exercise even.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I don't have time for that. I'm like, you're gonna spend 25 minutes like at least in this drive-through
Right.
line, and the amount of money that you're spending.
Especially like on Temperature Tuesday
Yeah.
or
I
the
know.
Runza.
That's ridiculous.
Just
That's ridiculous.
line of cars out in the Target parking lot. And
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
you're saving $4 and,
And
you're
it's
waiting an
taking-
hour
You
to
could
get
have
your
a
food.
whole workout done by
Yeah.
then.
I used to really like that Runza by that Pearls
Yeah.
right by you guys.
Yeah.
And then when I started working out at Pearls, I felt so guilty. I couldn't go to that Runza anymore. It's
I
right
know.
there.
We don't want people to feel guilty about it, but also like
I was like, oh,
you
Jeff's
know,
gonna see my Jeep and he's gonna call me out.
Right.
no, we
That's what
wouldn't
I
do
feel
that.
like if I go through a drive-through. Oh, somebody's gonna be behind me.
That has happened.
That has
before.
happened. Yeah, one of our instructors was behind me. I was swinging through Culver's, and
But she got a salad. and she took a pic-
allegedly.
she sent me a picture of it.
oh,
She did.
I did not get a
No,
salad.
you would never.
But she's right behind me.
She was.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
So we've had
So,
that before.
Anyway, so now how has that changed? So what does a typical day look like?
Like your
now?
go-to meals.
Yeah.
A lot of yogurt. And again, a lot of produce.
So what does that mean for people who? Because it's not
Produce,
like we're
like-
telling people to eat a
So-
lot of, but it is part of healthy. You know
How
yeah.
we started, I started with the week breakdown
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
you posted.
Yep.
And I mean,
There is a lot.
almost followed that to a T.
For how
because I-
long?
5 weeks.
Okay. hmm
And
So we do provide like a 10-week meal plan. It's something that I don't necessarily recommend that people. I'm not saying I don't recommend that you do it, but I'm saying you don't have to follow it exactly to be successful, but it is great to do to
Right.
get kind of
I
an
didn't
awareness.
know what to do. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know how to do it,
Yeah.
what to do. So I was like, I need something.
Yeah.
And I'm a rule
It's
follower.
a tool, right?
Like I'm
Yeah.
not
Me
I
too.
can do this. I'll figure it out on my own. I'm
Yeah.
like, tell me what to do.
Good. Yeah.
And that's what I'm gonna do. So I kind of
There is a lot of vegetables and fruits in that meal
Mhm.
plan, but
Okay.
it's very simple. It is
Yeah.
a simple meal plan.
right. And
Mhm.
it's not like you have to make this recipe for lunch and this
Right.
is what's in it.
Right.
It's like your idea for lunch is some salmon and some
Yeah.
brown rice.
Right.
And so you go to the store and pick your salmon and your brown
Yep.
rice.
It's a great way to kind of, especially if you don't know where to start, it's a great way to kind of build confidence in your ability to make those choices.
Right.
And so, yeah, like you said, you did it for 5 weeks. And then
For-
after 5 weeks, you felt like you could probably,
After 5
figure it
weeks,
out.
I felt like we kind of knew what we were
Yeah.
doing, how much we were supposed to eat, because I was
Perfect.
weighing everything out. I was entering everything into
Yeah.
my fitness for both of us.
yeah. Yep.
And I'd be like, here's your
Mhm.
here's
Here's
your
your
lunch,
portion.
here's
I
your
just ate it.
all day
Yeah.
food.
But you kind of have to do that. Like, it's no different than being like, okay, I want to save X amount of money over the next 10 weeks and you create a budget for yourself.
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
it's the same thing.
Mhm.
You're creating a budget basically
For your
a
stomach.
calorie budget. Yeah,
Yeah.
for your body. So it is something that it's not like the simplest thing to do, but you don't have to do it forever either.
Right.
Like, once you get to an idea of what this looks like, and then you can like ease up a little bit, not ease up as in like bringing bad habits back in, but ease up on like, yeah, you can kind of eyeball stuff and be like, okay,
Right.
that's close enough. And then, you know, as you're continuing to see progress, then once things start to like stall a little bit, then you can be like, okay, maybe I'm straying a little bit too far, you know, because
Right,
we
and get
tend to do
back
that.
into
Yeah.
it.
So you can like use it to kind of get yourself back in line, kind of pull it in a little bit. And then, so I think that's a great way to do it and not have to feel like you're always measuring and
Right.
weighing things. But you kind of have to do that to be successful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt like my whole life was
Yeah.
surrounded or based by
Mhm.
making meals
Right.
or eating or
Yeah.
because I wasn't used to eating every so often.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Has it gotten easier though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Way easier.
There's a certain point where it goes from like, oh my gosh, I have to eat to, oh my gosh, it is time
I'm
to
hungry.
eat.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I know, yeah.
Where are my cucumbers?
Yeah.
Because I want those
I
now.
know. And we tell people that, and it's like that people just don't believe us that is how our bodies
Mhm.
are very, our body is adaptable, very adaptable, but it also likes routine. So you kind of have to stick with something for a certain amount of time, let your body adapt, and then it will kind of fall in line. But I think sometimes we don't let ourselves get to that through that adaptation phase.
Right.
Also, I didn't think I'd ever be able to not like cookies or candy or
Mhm.
all that stuff. I was like, there's no way I'm not going to always want that.
Mhm,
When
mhm.
I'm not eating it, I'm going to want it.
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes away.
Why
I
do you think
had-
that is? Why do you think that is?
Why do you think? Why
Yeah,
do I
why
think
do you
it went
think-
away?
yeah, mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't because I like it a
Right.
lot.
Yeah, I know.
But yesterday we had our little cheat day, and I
Mhm.
had a Frosty from Wendy's, and
Mhm.
afterwards I was like, I don't think I want to do that anymore. I
Yeah.
was like, I told Nate, I said, I feel like I looked in that week one
mhm.
picture.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
And you're not going to feel that way about everything every time. So like, next week you could maybe have something and you're like, oh, I really enjoyed that. But
Right.
there is that mindset of where like, it's not worth it. That happens. Jeff could eat ice cream all the time. Like he would eat ice cream whenever. Anytime you see Jeff, you could say, hey, you want to get some ice cream? He'd be like, yeah, let's get ice cream. For me though, like I know how it's going to make me feel. So
Right.
like there are times where I'm like, if it's too late, I can't eat that much sugar close to
Mhm.
bed. Like I'm just not going to be able to sleep. It's like not
Right.
worth it. So it's not even like a sacrifice that you're making. It's just that you know that you're not going to feel great. So it's not
it
worth
doesn't
it.
do it.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
The way-
I know.
like,
Well, and part
it
of
tastes
it
good still, but it
does.
just doesn't.
I know. And that's where you can start learning like portion control too. And
Right.
like, cause I think that's where when you are eating ultra processed, highly processed food, you kind of lose that stopping point. And so you kind of have to relearn like
Right.
the moment where you're like, okay, that's enough. I need to remind myself that I am a grown adult and I can eat a Frosty whenever I want. So I don't have to eat all of it right now because I know I'm not going to feel good. But I think the other thing too with that, because you did such a great job over the beginning, the learning process of the 10 weeks, but then also like just continuing past that learning process, because when you are fueling your body and you're giving it what it needs, then you're not trying to like reach for those convenience foods that you like used to love,
Right.
because a lot of times like our body does crave nutrients. It really
Right.
does, but it doesn't know, your mind doesn't know the difference. So like
Mhm.
maybe you're craving something sweet because you need, a certain nutrient, but you give it a donut.
banana?
Right. Yeah. You give it a
Instead-
donut and
right.
your mind's like, oh, that was good, but that's not what I needed. And
Right.
so then you go for a candy bar next. But yeah, if you just eat the banana, then your body's
Right.
like, that was what I needed. So I think that's part of it
Mhm.
that people don't realize, kind of that connection. And like you said, it was so much food that you don't have room to eat the junk food
Yeah.
because you're like, I'm so full from all these fruits and vegetables that I'm eating.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I think that's kind of probably where you're coming from, like why you kind of lost some of those cravings. And then once you're able to make that connection between like, oh, this does not make me feel how it used to. Like you used to be able to eat that stuff and it was no big deal. Now you eat it and you're like,
Well, on top of that, like I feel like I used to live just kind of feeling like
Yeah.
crap. And
Mhm.
that was
Yeah.
kind of just who I was and how I felt all the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you start eating healthy and you're like,
It
feel so
almost
much better.
It makes
Like,
me mad sometimes. It's
I can't
almost
believe
annoying.
I just thought that was how I felt,
Yeah.
like how I was supposed to feel and what my body was
Yeah.
supposed to feel like.
Yep. It's like annoying. Like, gosh, dang it.
I mean,
I do feel better when I'm eating
Right.
fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
I thought I
Yeah.
was just getting old,
Mhm.
which also is happening, but
It does happen. Yes.
not,
Doesn't have to
it
feel.
doesn't have to feel the way that it did.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so true. Very
All
true.
right. Well, we
Okay.
are going to take our final break. We'll be back here to wrap up this week's show. So stay with us on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Hey guys, it's Nick. You know how much I love beer, and this game day, show your Husker pride with Deer-owned Nebraska Brew, the official beer of the Nebraska Alumni Association. Brewed by Nebraska fans, for Nebraska fans, Deer-owned Nebraska Brew is your go-to for every kickoff, touchdown, and celebration. Whether it's tailgating, watching the game at home, or gathering with friends, this beer is there to bring that perfect game day refreshment. Deer-owned Nebraska Brew embodies the spirit of Nebraska with every sip. So crack one open and let the good times roll. Deer-owned Nebraska Brew, the official beer of Nebraska alumni. Please drink responsibly.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the best place in Lincoln for a casual get-together, best place to watch a game, and the best for pre- and post-game. Catch college and NFL football as well as the volleyball action this season at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. What's better than wings, cold beer, and a Husker win? Enjoy great food and drink specials every day and tons of TVs to catch all the action. Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're going to finish up here, last segment. So just so you guys know, we are doing a pretty awesome Black Friday sale. You get 40% off the 10-week challenge, so it's $269.40, and you get all December for free.
Yep.
So one of the reasons we did this special, normally we make everybody wait till the challenge to start, but we want you to start to develop good habits prior to New Year's.
Mhm.
Don't just throw in the towel and being like, well, can't start till January. It's December. I'm busy. This is a good time. Not that you have to come 6 days a week in December, but get your feet wet.
Yeah.
Learn how to do the stuff. Make it 4 or 5 days a week. Start to develop good habits. Work on nutrition. And then by the time January gets here, you're already going to be feeling better.
Yeah. So like instead of, where maybe you guys felt like you got pushed into the deep end at the beginning, you can wade in a little bit. And then once the session starts, you're like the big kids now at being able to jump off the high dive because you know what you're doing. You can just get right into it. So that's kind of the benefit to signing up with that Black Friday special.
So when do you take the pictures?
In January.
In January?
Yeah. So, we don't want you to go too crazy.
Really good results. And then,
that's why we recommend dabbling. You're dabbling. You're trying to get the workouts down, maybe not being too worried about the nutrition quite yet, so.
Just, experimenting, stuff like that.
Try it out.
If more information, you can go to fxblincoln.com. You can go to the Ticket FM website. We have a banner on there, or you can send me a message personally. 402-310-4026 is my cell number. All those that come to me anyway. So I'm kind of the point of contact. So if you want to come try a class out next week, hit me up. We'll take good care of you. All right, guys. We just have a couple, like maybe 2 minutes. So any final words of advice, if there's people out there that are teetering, that have listened to us for years, like Nate did, heard about Farrell's for 3 years, finally decided to do it. Any advice for just for our listeners out there? Mandy?
Do it.
What do you have to lose?
Yeah. It's fun. It's
hard. It is hard.
It's tough. Yeah. But it's worth it.
What about you, Nate?
I wasn't ready. No, it's
on the spot.
Yeah, the camaraderie. It kept me going. Seeing the same people. Everybody giving you encouragement after the workout. Everybody's.
And now you get to be that encouragement.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. It's like
all right,
graduated.
Well, thank you so much for taking a couple hours out of your Sunday to join us. It's been an awesome week. Go Big Red, and let's take down those Vikings. So we'll see you next Sunday.